So I wanted to talk about Scorpio moon and intimacy. Scorpio moons are deeply, deeply private. You could call them secretive, but there's a deep, deep privacy to the Scorpio moon because of where in early life experiences there was a wounding to their vulnerability. So Scorpio moons are very precise. They can pick up from the environment things that are not being said. And the energy of Scorpio is that of dark to light. So they can often be seen as a scapegoat, or they're able to carry the darkness of the family secrets, or the genetic memory, or the genetic trauma from previous, the bloodline, or past lives, or whatever you want to connect it to. Could be any or either. So Scorpio moons are very, very protective over that part of themselves, because generally, if you've got someone who's able to see and tell the truth, unless you are open to hearing that and accepting that, you may well have a very, very strong aversion to it. So you can imagine a child, Scorpio moon child, an innocent child, being able to pick up the undercurrents of what's happening and verbalizing that. And the parents just being like, okay, I do not need you, my child, telling me how things are or what things are. So it's really difficult then, because the Scorpio moon can see and feel things. They then learn to not want to share their intuition, and maybe even sometimes not trust their intuition. And it can create a lot of triggers to their environment and to how people, and to wanting to share that information with people because of how historically badly it's been managed. Not always, right? So not every single Scorpio moon is terrified to share themselves, but they would more have a very refined sense of when it's appropriate to share these things or not share these things. So they might be more likely to move into professions where they need to use their skill of perception and precision. So they might have more of an outward way of working with this skill rather than internalizing and hiding it. Scorpio moons get a really bad rap for being very angry or very vengeful. And a lot of that is because of when they actually open up and they express themselves, normally it is met with some kind of betrayal or hostility, and again, this normally comes from the early childhood experience that maybe even for some is pre-verbal. This is very confusing to know and see the truth and to be around people who aren't willing to accept and see the truth. So then there becomes this really strong impulse throughout life to be with truth, and on the other side of the shadow of the truth is betrayal, deception. So they're constantly in relationship with these two things. What is the truth? Am I being betrayed? Where is the lie here? I need to bring everything that is dark into light. So if you've grown up in a really light environment and everything's honest and open and true, you're going to be a really healthy, evolved version of the Scorpio moon, which is mystical and deeply sensitive and very, very strong. And if you didn't have the environment, you didn't have the right environment for these things to cultivate, then you're more likely to experience wanting to be isolated, finding it very, very difficult to be intimate with people, taking a long time to open up, and then feeling incredibly rejected and wounded for often long periods after breakups, because it brings up all the historic stuff that wasn't resolved. So it's a difficult moon sign because of the capacity of how deeply they can feel things and how private they feel they need to be. A little bit different to Sagittarius is the truth bearer, the truth seeker, but Scorpio is a sign just before. So it hasn't got the movement out. It's water, it's still deep water. So there is often this feeling of I can't move. So the evolved Scorpio moon is very peaceful to be around. They feel very accepting and stable, and like they would just protect you. And the less evolved version they feel just very, very closed off. Like the walls are high in those Scorpio moons. And it's not that you can't get to them, but, you know, they'll set up a very strategic series of I was going to say like a maze, but, you know, that they really want to assess you before you come too close, because they've got this, just these triggers from the past where they didn't have, they just got everything put onto them. They were projected onto mainly by the people that they were raised by. And so they have a fear of intimacy. When you are intimate with the Scorpio moon, it is phenomenal because they have this capacity to really, really feel and understand you. But for them to open up, it takes a huge amount of energy. So if you hurt them, for them to close down again, you know, they can often feel absolutely betrayed and angry that they had to go through that process of opening and closing. You know, other people like fall in love and it's amazing, and Scorpio moon's like, I don't know if I want to fall in love, but if I'm in love, I'm in love. And if you go, like you need to go far, because how dare you let me open up to you? So it's a difficult moon in that sense. It doesn't mean it's that you can't move from the lower stages of this to the evolved stages of that. You absolutely can, but intimacy wounds happen in relationship. And this is the difficult thing for Scorpio moon, because it means going back to creating relationships, whether it's with therapists or whether it's with close friends or with partners, where you allow that historic trauma, if you like, to come up and be worked through.